So this is an ankle sprain protocol. Anybody dealing with a very fat ankle, very swollen, what we can do for the next 1 to 2 to 3 weeks to completely get back to running, jumping, playing your sports. This is pretty much the entire protocol broken down. I'm going to break it down for you guys further in the video. One key thing is to think about these ankle rollovers. You don't start until 1 to 2 weeks into this and the swelling significantly goes down. The biggest thing is do not ice. I'll probably be the first person to tell you that, but do not ice. If you just sprain your ankle, it's fine to throw ice on it. But other than that, once you're a day or two past that, no more icing. Blood flow, getting in the grass, and heat is going to be your friend. Okay? And I'll break that down further at the end. All right, so first things first is adhesion rolls. Grabbing a tennis ball, okay, and we are rolling out the bottom of the foot very patiently, okay? Now, obviously, if you have a very swollen ankle right now and you don't necessarily can handle walking on it, that's fine. Just bring a tennis ball to wherever you are and start rolling it out, or have someone else roll it out for you. Once you get to the point where you can handle standing, this is the goal. Working super slow rolls right underneath the fascia of your foot, opening up any bit of tenderness that you have. If you feel that tenderness, you can use a wall to help. But if you feel that tenderness, find it. Okay, it's tender. Press down on the tennis ball. Deep breath, right? You want to consistently work those deep breaths between sides. I don't care if you've only sprained one ankle. We're still working both sides, okay? We don't want to neglect any imbalances moving forward after recovering from the injury. So we're going to go 2 sets of this. This is going to be an entire superset. So the whole exercise list you saw in the beginning, it's an entire superset. So you're going to go through everything twice. Adhesion rolls, you're going to go 2 minutes, spending time on each side. So 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other side. Finding those tender spots, it could be right underneath the arch. It could be by the toes. You press down, breathe, and keep rolling. Adhesion rolls. Okay, next step is using these floss bands. Go get them on Amazon. Just look up FLOSS bands. You need them. Absolutely need them if you just had an ankle sprain. So what I'm going to do is roll out my foot, roll around my foot, and then we're going to hit the floss rolls going in both directions. You can do it with just your body weight, but with the floss bands, you get so much more blood flow and it promotes healing so much faster. Okay, so all we're doing is setting up the floss here. I'm going to start kind of like taping my ankle. So basically how it would look if I were to tape my ankle, I'm going around my ankle, boom, just like this. Getting a big tight pull all around the sensitive area that you may be feeling. And then the last pull, tuck it in, and then I'm good. Okay, good, great. So now I have the floss band around my ankle. All I'm going to do is think about turning it in a circle with my toes, and you may have pain in a specific area. Don't stop, just find the range in which you can go in a circle pain-free, that you can handle. You're going down and up, and down and up. You want to hit the floss rolls for 2 minutes each side. So I'm going around one way for 2 minutes, and then I'm going around the other way for 2 minutes. This is going to pump ridiculous amounts of blood flow in the ankle. You're going to make sure that you get this done on both feet, even if you just sprained one ankle. We do not want any imbalances. Right after that, we're getting into ROKP at the level that you can handle. So all we're doing is backwards walking, super controlled and slow. Now again, you'll probably only be able to get here unless you've done the previous movements. All we're doing is backwards walking, but assisted, using a wall, being super controlled, eventually getting to no wall, thinking about knee over toe with each step, being strong with each foot, into the ground super slow. We want to go controlled down and back for 2 minutes straight in about 5 to 10 yards. If you can use a living room, you can get outside, use your garage, whatever you have, find a fence, and just start walking backwards with real slow control. The big thing that you want to think about with walking, okay, is the toe goes in, the knee goes out, and then you finish with your toes high in the air. So the toe goes in, the knee goes out, and then I finish with my toes in the air, and I'm taking the next step. Okay, this is ROKP. Rep this for 2 minutes straight. You want to get blood flow going from the ankle to the knee. After this, we have slant calf stretch. So using a slant board or a staircase or a plate on the ground. Okay, all we're doing is bringing that ankle, that vulnerable ankle first, up onto it. Okay, starting not necessarily with the foot completely on, but about halfway on, halfway off. Squeeze the quad, roll the hips forward till you feel that calf stretch. It may feel vulnerable. Think about bringing your knee wide. Your knee wide. Okay, so I'm here, roll hips forward, boom, the knee is wide, and I'm feeling that deep stretch. I want to think about engaging my big toe into the slant board. And we're holding this position for a minute each side. You can use as much assistance as you need, and we're always working the strong and weaker side in this ankle sprain. Just be patient, getting a minute each. Okay, next we have couch stretch. So the big focus with this is using an incline bench. Now again, you may ask, couch stretch is for my hips. Well, it's also for my knee and my ankle. Why? Because when you bring up the knee to this position, you're going to feel a deep stretch in the tibialis right here. Now you can start at a regress level if this feels too uncomfortable. Starting here, what you want to use is any type of padding or whatever you need to help you, okay? But we are thinking about kicking into the pad actively. You may feel vulnerability in this area of the ankle, but we just want to work and spend time at a pain-free mobility level, just feeling out and opening up any tightness or vulnerable sensation that we have. We want to eventually work up to chest high, kicking into the bench and squeezing the glutes, feeling a deep stretch down the quad and the tibialis. We're going to work this for 1 minute each side actively, making sure we're still going both sides. All right, next we are working the big toe stretch. This is going to be for a minute each side. And what we're doing, if you have a couch or cushion, this will be definitely helpful for you. Again, the standard is to use nothing and be able to sit on the big toes like this. Probably not going to be able to do that if you just sprain the ankle. So eventually you want to get to there, but we will start with a couch cushion or a pad, and we want to drive our toes into the ground, keeping the chest high, arching my back, and just feeling tension underneath the foot. It'll feel like a deep stretch. It may have a little bit of pain, and you can basically inch yourself further and further back into it at the level that you can handle. If that means you're just here and you're pulsing up and down, feeling a stretch in your big toes, that's good as well. We want to continuously work back and inch back until we feel that deep stretch here, and we're comfortable holding this position for a minute straight. Okay, now once we're opened up mobility-wise, we're going to strengthen the area directly. And so the first movement we're going to use for that is the bent knee calf raise. But there's a few form points that I want to hit home with you guys. So number one, you're going to go double leg to start. Bend the knees to the maximum capacity you can, feeling that little stretch in the Achilles. Then get the knees wide, butt back. Then we're raising as high as we can, controlling the way down. So if you see it directly in my camera angle, toes are in, bend the knees, knees wide, get as high as we can on the toes, butt back. There's an even ratio in my hips to my ankles. There's a straight line going down. So I'm going to use the wall for assistance, bend my knees to the maximum I can, hips back, knees wide, toes in, raise, fight the way down. Use as much assistance as you need. If you need to hold the barbell to help you, we can do that as well. Boom. Controlling the way back down. Chest is high. I'm loading both of my feet, making sure that both my feet are completely underneath my shoulders, not necessarily one foot further out than the other one. Toes in, knees wide. Boom. Control back down. Calf raise, knees wide, hips back, fight back down. Feet can be about shoulder width apart. We're going to get 2 sets of 20 super slow reps with this. Right, we want to feel a burn sensation in the Achilles, okay, and we're finally getting blood flow, some strength in the ankle. Next movement we're going to go to is tibialis raises. All we're doing is using a wall. The further your feet are out, the more difficult it becomes. The closer your feet are, the easier it becomes. What we want to think about is raising both feet as high as we can, keeping the quads flexed, hips off the wall, and nothing else is touching the wall, just the hips. So I'm raising as high as I can with my toes and controlling back down. Raise as high as I can with my toes, control back down. You want to think feet shoulder width apart, right? Super slow on the way down and explode up with each rep. If you can handle that, go deeper and lean forward. This becomes more difficult. If you can't handle the first one, you inch closer and you alternate legs, locking out the quads, hips back, raise one leg, control back down. You don't want to push through pain with any of these. So you want to make sure this is the variation that I can handle for this time, and then 1 to 2 weeks later down the road when I have less swelling in my ankle and I'm building up strength, I can handle something like this. But start single leg, getting 20 each way, and then work to double leg for 20. The final movement that we're going to go over is only going to be done 2 weeks after you've repped this protocol each and every day, maybe twice a day, to make that clear, and you feel confident getting into a position where it's the exact position that you did potentially sprain your ankle in, right? We need to become stronger in that position, overcome it. These are called ankle rollovers. And just so you understand, if I can do them with just my body weight standing here, I'm rolling completely, almost like I'm purposely twisting my ankle on both sides. Okay? But again, what we're going to do is use the wall and only work to a level that we can handle. So same thing, kind of bent knee position, and I'm rolling all the way on one side and then rolling on the other side. And this is going to develop strength on the sides of the ankle that we don't necessarily train directly. Working these for 1 to 2 minutes, 1 to 2 weeks into this protocol is going to be an absolute game changer for you. The ankle sprain protocol, this should take no longer than 4 weeks. It can take, if you rep it twice per day at the level that you can handle and you don't push through pain, it can take 2 weeks max. Adding that in about a week and a half in. You can do this every single day, in the morning, at night, twice a day, I would recommend. That's how I would train my client. And another big thing that I didn't mention, I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is getting outside, feet in the grass. Feet in the grass is an absolute game changer. If you want to become more functional and actually be able to move your toes again without any pain going into the ankle joints, you need to be able to walk on the grass. So as soon as you can get up and walk, I need feet on the grass. That's going to be an absolute game changer. Number one, grounding reduces inflammation in the body. So being like feet on the earth is going to be very helpful if you go to a park and do this whole protocol at the park. That'd be awesome. It's going to reduce inflammation in the body, but it'll also reduce the amount of inflammation and swelling going on in your actual ankle. It may sound crazy, but you do this instead of thinking I need to rest in ice, and you'll actually have a way more functional ankle in a shorter amount of time that you would expect, instead of relying on resting protocols. So I hope this video helps. Let me know if we make some results from this. I'd like to see some comments below. And yeah, hopefully we can help a ton of sprained ankles with this. Stay locked in.